Hello everyone, this is our work titled Object Permanence Filters for Robust Tracking with Interactive Robots. I'm from the University of Pennsylvania, GRASP Lab. Before we start, let's watch a video from YouTube. It's called The Cup Game. Any ideas on where is the ball? If you watch it very closely, you will say, the ball is under the rightmost cup. But have you ever thought about, how do you know it? Actually, according to the cognitive theory proposed by Jean Piaget, humans know an object or person still exists, even when they are hidden and you can't see or hear them. This understanding is known as object permanence. However, robots currently don't have such understanding. You may ask, why is this an important problem? It seems to be trivial to let robot play such cup game. To answer the question, let's watch a video. This is a pie bullet simulation. There are 2 red mugs, 1 small ball, and 1 floating tray. 1 RGBD camera is mounted above the desk looking downward. I want to keep track of the small ball along the way using a particle filter. We can see when the ball is occluded by either the mug or the tray. This kind of traditional state estimator would fail. In real world, these kind of occlusions happen even more frequently, such as when we put the laptop into the bag and go to the class. Although existing neural network methods can handle some slight occlusions, with this kind of prolonged and complete occlusion, those methods would also fail, resulting in a bad tracking performance. We will show some videos on that later. So that serves as the motivation for this work. To achieve a robust tracking performance, we have to deal with prolonged and complete occlusions in real time. So we tried to encode the understanding of object permanence into the state estimator particle filter, PF, to form the object permanence filter, OPF for short, for occlusion-aware real-time robust tracking. This graph summarizes our methods. First, the state vector, which is translation and orientation of the target object, is passed to the predict stage of particle filter to propagate by 1 timestamp. Then, depending on whether the measurement of the object is available in the current frame, we will go through the standard update stage or the object permanence update stage. The standard update is no difference to the original one in particle filter, which assign weights to each particle to approximate the true state distribution. However, when the measurement is not available, possibly due to occlusion or sensor failure, the standard update will stop, as shown in the previous video. In that case, we decompose the object permanence idea into 4 modules and formulate the OP update. First, if the object was moving before the current frame, then the dynamics module is utilized to model the dynamics of the object under occlusion by fitting the past trajectory. If the object was static before occlusion, then the occluder module is utilized to decide which other object is the occluder. To do this, we calculate the Bhattacharya distances dB between the target object and each possible occluder, which represent the similarity between 2 probability distributions, capital P and Q. Px and Qx here are the corresponding PDF. Then, the one with the smallest distance to the target object is set as occluder and provide the measurement. For the uncertainty module, the idea is to represent how uncertain the robot is about the occluded object. This is done by scaling up the state covariance matrix according to the occlusion time and velocity. Finally, the scaled covariance matrix is passed to the robot to slow down the tracking velocity, and when the uncertainty is above a safety threshold, the robot will stop tracking and notify the human operator about this exploding uncertainty. Now let's revisit the same pie bullet simulation shown before. The OPF result is on the top right corner, and on the top left corner, we have the direct comparisons of standard PF, OPF, and the ground truth. We can see when the ball is occluded, OPF can still keep track of it, either moving together with the red mug or moving behind the floating tray. Next, let's see another example that simulates a robot arm trying to drop a sugar block into a moving mug, during which the end effector will occlude the target mug. We can see OPF on the left provides smooth tracking under self-occlusion, while standard particle filter trajectory on the right is very jerky. Following, we provide 3 kinds of tracking experiments to showcase our OPF in real-world scenarios. It can adopt different measurement types, such as perception-based April tags, marker-based motion capture system, and CV-based 6 degree of freedom tracker to improve their performance during occlusion. First, let's see a scenario that the human operator is freely moving the yellow cube and trying to occlude it with the blue or red cup. We can see the Franca keeps track of the yellow cube even under the cup's occlusion with OPF on the left, while on the right with standard PF, the robot gets stuck, which is undesirable. Now we try to do the sugar dropping experiment with the Franca arm. Several blindfolded human operators move the bowl under occlusion with different velocities and orientations to test if robot will drop the sugar into the bowl successfully. We can see the bowl is well tracked by the robot along the way, and the cube is dropped into the bowl, even occluded. Next, we showcase how OPF can be applied on the motion capture system OptiTrack to improve the tracking performance. In this experiment, we stop OptiTrack tracking for 300 milliseconds during the latter part of baseball throwing, then cover the baseball with a plate and move it away. Now tracking stops and restarts. Finally, OPF can be applied to CV-based 6DOF trackers. Here, Bundle SDF is chosen as 6DOF tracker. When the mustard is put into the box, Bundle SDF throws an error and stops running, while with OPF, it can identify the mustard is put inside the box and moving along with it. In summary, we focus on tackling prolonged and complete occlusions for real-time robust tracking by decomposing the object permanence understanding in human cognitive theory into 4 modules and incorporating them into a particle filter scheme. This method can be applied to different occlusion scenarios and various measurement types. Thank you.